Okay, so the question is asking for these five numbers to be in order from least to greatest. So we've got five numbers and we've got decimals, percents, and fractions. We need to convert them all into one type of number. So I'm going to choose percents first, and then I'm going to show you decimals. So percents. If we're in this first one, this 1.02, if we want to change that into a percent, we are going to use dp. Remember, that's decimal to percent. So we're going to move 2 places to the right and get 102%. Negative 4.2% is already in a percent, so we don't have to do anything to that. 12.5 is the same thing as the first one, so we move 2 places to the right and fill in any holes with a 0, so we get 1,250%. 7% is also still in a percent, so we don't have to do anything to that. Now, negative 2/3, if you don't have negative 2/3 memorized, what percent that is, you can do negative 2/3 equals, because that's part over whole, equals percent over 100, and you can cross multiply and divide. So negative 2 times 100 is negative 200, then that's 3p, divide by 3, divide by 3, and your percent is going to equal negative 66, and we're going to keep that 2/3 percent. We could have rounded that to negative 67%, but we're just going to leave it negative 66 and 2/3 percent. Now we want it least to greatest, so if we look at least to greatest, my least number is going to be the negative 66 and 2/3, because negative 66 is less than the rest of them. Then, oh, forgot a 0. Then we have negative 4.2, then 7, then 102%, and then 1250. So we could go back up to the top. Least to greatest would be the negative 2/3, then negative 4.2%, then the 7%, then the 1.02, and then the 12.5. And that is least to greatest. Now I'm going to show you if we converted them all into decimals, how that would go. So, the 1.02 is already a decimal. Okay, we're going to use dp again, but we're going to go the opposite way. So when you're going from a percent to a decimal, you 2 places to the left and fill in any holes with the 0. So negative 0.42. 12.5 is already a decimal. 7%, we're going to move 2 places to the left and get 0.07. And then 2/3, this is when we use TIVO. So it's negative 2/3, that means top in, bottom out. So 3 cannot go into 2, it can go into 26 times. Bring down another 0, and go in 6 times, and this is going to be 0.6 repeating. So if we look at which one is the least, it's going to be, oh, that's negative. It's going to be the 0.6 repeating, then the negative 0.02, then the 0.07, then the 1.02, then the 12.5. So it's the same order. We could also put them all into fractions, but I think fractions are more difficult to compare than the decimals and percents. So that's how you order from least to greatest, and the same thing would be greatest to least. Convert them to percents or convert them to decimals.